Yeah, sometimes you just gotta keep your head down and run through the tape. Okay, nothing lasts forever, but I still put in effort. Working day and night
Hello,
got me
hello,
out here
people,
feeling
and now
desperate.
we are
Searching
back,
for some
and
treasure.
we're back in a new form. We are back via Zoom, but always it is Donutson Talk with your host Teddy Donutson. If you know me, you know Kobe because I shoot with the 44440s. Kobe, you see, and as you can see, my esteemed guest here is the one and only Derrick Sun, Mr. Philip Buckets. Now, come on in, my brother.
Hey, what's going on, y'all? How's it going, Ted?
Chilling, just doing the same stuff every day, just living life and living it good. Guys, so Mr. Derrick's son, aka Philip Buckets, and I'm gonna keep saying it because Philip Buckets is like a great. I love that name. I remember the day you told me like that was like a name that you like wanted to use, and I was like, that's dope. He's an artist friend of mine, and a great person. So Derrick, tell us where you're from.
I'm from Harlem, bro.
All right, and I'm from
I'm
Jersey.
from. Are
As
you from Jersey?
as you guys know, so Jersey's a lot better than New York.
Uh, ooh, okay. Yeah, yeah, the little brother. It's okay.
It's not worth a little.
Yeah, that's
New
that's
York,
the little brother. We take y'all in. Like we like y'all.
New York is like the step kid no one likes, in our opinion.
We the oldest step kid.
But yeah, no, being from Harlem, how was your upbringing?
Um, Honestly, it was different. Because I was always traveling places like every summer. Um, Honestly, I say when I was younger, I've had some really like lifelong friends. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like, I've lived in the same building since I was like 3 years old, and now the same people who were here back then. Some of them are still here now, and it's honestly like great to see like the type of community that people can build
Yeah,
like over like a great period of time. But Harlem's changed like a lot, man. Like it really goes through phases, like a
is,
lot, bro.
is it in a good phase? I know some parts of New York is being like gentrified. Is Harlem one of those areas?
What is there, honestly, like no cap, like in my building, all of the black families like live on one floor.
Wow.
Well, like two floors of the
Yeah,
building.
but wow,
Like,
well,
I
that's
just peep that too. Like
it's bad.
it's,
Yeah,
it's
well, so
real.
like Jersey's kind of in that transition stage also in some areas. But I would say the thing I see the big difference of New York and Jersey, like you said, is like a close knit, like people around. But New York, the places are very accessible, And I'm not the biggest fan of traveling to New York, but you can definitely get to one part of New York to the next in your time. Like whereas in Jersey, if you're not driving, you gotta wait for the long trains and stuff like that. So I give New York in credit in that aspect of like the resources. But I've actually never been to Harlem. What are like some highlights of Harlem for the people who haven't been?
Um, well, you always have like the iconic 125th. Like even though it's changed like since like way back then, there's still some like historical landmarks over there. Um, I'd say Riverbank
Burbank.
National Park.
Yeah.
Like that's definitely a dope place to go to, just to pick up a vibe, chill in the park,
That's what it is. All about the vibes.
play
Um,
some football.
Now, has Harlem? How like your upbringing in Harlem influenced you into rap music or music as a whole?
Um, I think Harlem is really receptive to music like over time. Like I do feel like there's been like cases where we've kind of like not sprinted towards certain artists, but over time, like once we like let them in, like
Yeah,
we really embrace them, and like I feel like Harlem people are like loyal to their artists as
artists.
well. You know what I mean? Like
So, for no artist, who plug them? Go ahead, plug them. I like sharing new music with people. Plug them. Who are some artists in Harlem right now that you think need to be shouted out?
Oh,
or even the artists that you know, don't even have to be from Harlem, that you know that need to be shouted out. Just give them a
yo.
shout out.
So my boy Josh Scorsese, um, yo, he's really from Harlem. Like that boy can spit. Like he has like a real gritty type of uh hip hop vibe to him. Definitely. Um, there's my boy Spooky NYC.
Okay.
That's his handle. Oh, Josh Scorsese, that's his handle as well.
Well, I'm
For
gonna tag everybody.
got
I'm
you,
giving them their credit.
got you. Oh, and Billy Hoffa.
Billy
Yo,
Hoffa. I think I've heard of Billy Hoffa. That name does sound very familiar.
yeah, he's featured on one of my tracks for Summer Flings and Other
Okay,
Things.
then that's probably where I heard it. If y'all don't know what summer flings and things are, y'all gotta go check that out.
Yeah.
I remember when he first told me, and once again, I remember when he first told me he was working on it, and me and Derek used to work together at a summer camp. And at nights, some nights we had to stay up late and make sure and we would record. I would record him in the office.
3 o'clock in
Get
the morning.
3 in the
Oh.
morning, getting tracks done after having to be up at like 6, 7. We'll get some tracks done. But when you said like Harlem artists are real receptive to one another, I feel as though like in Jersey, it's kind of like a crab in a barrel situation. Like we see an artist going up, we're kind of like, oh, screw that guy. Like I want to be up. And when we get to being up, we don't kind of help our peers in the same right. So we kind of like let ourselves dangle and not come down, come together as like a connect unit. Why do you feel as though New York artists kind of help build one another?
I think it's honestly like a community thing. Like as you know, like within New York City, there's like I can't even tell you how many like individual like communities within like the boroughs with
Yeah.
it's Harlem itself is a community, you know what I mean? Like it's not a borough, like it's just a portion of a borough, you know what I mean? And you have like a lot of places like the South Bronx, like Flatbush, like all of those places, like they tend to stick together, even though they have like their little squabbles or whatever. At the end of the day, like I've seen like times in and out where they just unite somehow. You know what I mean?
True.
Um, I think for me that says that at the end of the day, like everybody wants to win. You know what I mean? Like it don't always have to be like
I'm up, you down. Everyone, let's bring everybody up. Okay, yeah, I see that. I do see that from being around New Yorkers. I do see like, and especially for music and other parts of life, I do see that. But what age would you say you really got into music, and what was the song that kind of sparked it? Like where you was like, you know what, I could do this too.
ooh, that's a really good question. Um, Believe it or not, I think I wrote my first song in the 5th grade, and it was to the melody of the Mr. Softy theme song.
That's the
I,
New York statement of the year. I
no,
like that.
I was in school. I remember this day so vividly. Like I was in school. It was so hot because we had no AC. I was staring out the window. You know how you stare out the crack of the window in the summertime and you see like the little blaze glares?
Yep.
It was so hot. Mr. Sophie's song was playing. I was in poetry class, and then the beat just came to me, and I was like, uh, when you're running from the cops and you're coming to a stop and you make a pit stop. See, I don't remember all this, but like, yo, it was crazy, bro. Like, I still remember that to this day.
That's good. No, cause the vibe was set. One, you was in poetry class. I never took like a poetry class, and then the beat came to you. Like when I remember my first rap. Like my brothers used to rap. So one day he's rapping. I'm just like, all right, hold up, let me get in here. And I like freestyled a little. I can't remember my freestyle at all. You got good memory from the 5th grade. I couldn't remember. I freestyled a little something. I'm like, hold on, I probably could do this. And I kind of, that's how I kind of fell in love with it too. But coming from New York, you know, the land of rap, let's say, and I hate the fact I keep calling you a rapper because you're an artist. Screw that, you're an artist, overall artist. But who are your influences for music overall? Who are your influences that you kind of look up to?
Oh man. Well,
Outside of music, also, it doesn't have to be a musical influence, but influence for you doing your craft.
I would definitely say like my family members like are always like they were always musically gifted. Like
Okay.
my family members, I grew up predominantly like around women. I think within my era, for a good amount of time, there was like 9 females and like 4 males in total, and that's included like my aunts,
Yeah.
uncles, and everything. So like we grew up really close or whatever. So like my brothers, who are like my cousins, but we grew up together like brothers. They listen to like different kinds of rap. Like my cousin Ja, like he liked to listen to Ludacris. I like to listen to T.I. at the time. Like I was a huge like G-Unit nerd in grade, bro. I heard, I'll never forget this day. I was getting ready for school. I went to go pick up my boy Anthony. It was June. I had a bacon, egg, and cheese. I went to, What Up Gangsta by 50 Cent. And I was just looking at him like, this is what you do every morning.
Yeah,
But,
that's a good morning though. 50 Cent had it on lock.
but like, at the time, like I wasn't really receptive. But like 7th grade, when I got a little bit older, I was like, nah, these are some
he spent some real shit.
Yeah, right. But I definitely love Kanye musically. Of course,
Yeah.
Drake. Bro, listen, I've grown to love Drake.
Drake. And speaking of Drake and Kanye, so I was gonna lean into who your top 5 artists, and you named Kanye is to me like my number 1 favorite artist of all time. Who would you put in your top 5?
My top 5, my top 5 is always changing, like no cap. So like, if I had to go top 5, all right, let me think. In no specific order.
No specific order, because I always think like when you think of your top 5 or top 10, you like thinking of certain names, then you leave out some names, and yeah, it's a good placement thing. But no specific order. Top 5.
And for me, it's like a combination of people who you ever listen to somebody rap and they make you want to rap.
Yeah.
So it's like some of those and like other people who can like really just like make really good rap songs. So okay. So no specific order. I'm putting Andre 3000.
Okay, I like that.
I feel like phenomenal. Like, I can listen to anything by him. I could put Kanye in there. I think his discography is just like
yeah, just up.
More, like,
just ridiculous.
I'm throwing Drake in there too. Definitely.
Okay. Drake gets a lot of hate, but Drake is, people need to realize Drake is like top tier everything.
Yeah, like the consistency is like real,
And it's not consistency; it's consistency and the talent level, like
and delivery,
like everything. He doing rap like no one else done it.
It's a few people that Drake done rap with, and then after that, you didn't really hear from them anymore. And that's not me throwing shade. Like, I'm not throwing shade or anything.
It's true though.
It's literally like it's like the LeBron effect. Like you're gonna get your chip that year, but then next year
you gotta do something else. You gotta find something else.
Exactly.
You better hope I liked you enough to come back.
And sometimes it's like pressure, but some people rise to the occasion, some people don't. But anyways, yeah. So we got Andre 3000, we got Kanye, we got Drake. I gotta say J. Cole. I love J. Cole's music too. Definitely influenced me a lot. And number 5. I'm stuck.
You stuck?
Can it be a tie?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, it could be a tie.
It could be a tie between Future and Young Thug.
Okay. Now I want to elaborate on that one. Future and Young Thug, one personally, they make for the type of music they make, I think they do it well. But why? What would you say they're your influences? Like those two specifically.
I think they're just like, I'm not really, for me, there's always that debate about like separating the art from like the artist, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the way I look at it in the form of art, right? Because music is an art form.
Yep.
Um, I don't live the life that Future and Young Thug live, but they make music so that people can like party to. Like, granted, like sometimes that has an influence on an environment based upon like whatever pre-existing like you know things happen or whatever.
Yeah.
But they make really good music, bro. Like, and I live an active lifestyle, and that's something I can definitely like.
Just listen to on the regular.
Exactly. Like I could hoop to Future and Young Thug every single day and drop 45 points, bro. Like,
That's another thing. Mr. Derrick Sun is a baller, avid hooper. Fill up buckets. If y'all didn't catch it before, I love it because of what it is. Is fill up like the name fill up, but he fills up buckets. That's a fact. I've seen it happen multiple times.
Philip is my middle name.
And Philip's his middle name. So, but fill up buckets. Yeah. So, and we talked about this a little earlier. Summer Flings and Things. Now, is that your only current like project out right now?
Yeah, Summer Flings and Other Things is my first project out. Well, I've definitely been working on some other things, and is going to be on the way soon.
Okay, so what is the future looking like? Are we looking at an album coming up, EP, mixtape, LP, whatever nickname they got for stuff these days?
I definitely spent like a lot of time on Summer Flings and Other Things, and I think that I've been working on my craft well enough to produce at a slightly higher rate now. You know what I mean? So like I don't want to drop album for album. You know what I mean? So I might drop a single here and there. You know, I produce a little bit too, so I might just drop a beat one day. You know what I mean?
All right.
You know how I feel.
Keep your feet wet. Keep your toes in the water.
Yeah, I gotta keep their attention just a little. You know what I mean?
Now, for someone like me, like I said, I do dabble in music. You probably make more music than me now. Like I definitely took a step back. But where do you see where's your end goal? Where do you want to see if music can take you somewhere or any endeavors? Where's your end goal?
Honestly, truthfully speaking, music is a hobby for me. Like, I know that I am talented with it because like it's something I've studied like my whole life, you know, and just because it's something that I've been interested in. I remember in high school learning how to use GarageBand for the first time.
Yep.
Yeah, like you know what I mean. Like it was a part of my music class, and I had to play the double bass, bro. Like it was so big.
Boom, boom, boom. I love the bass. That's one of my favorite instruments. The bass set the tone.
It was so fire. But holding it and carrying it to school every day, bro. It felt like I was holding an LMG, like Call of Duty, bro.
No, did you have to catch a train to school, or you like walked or got dropped off?
Like there would be like, I had to take public transportation, bro.
I know that would just suck. It's like on the bus, you're like, excuse me.
An hour to get to school every day. You seen that episode of Family Guy where the dude is walking and the guy's behind him playing a tuba? That was my life.
People thought they was getting scored. Like, oh, play it. Come on, give me a little tune.
It's like, bro, I was about to open my case. Showtime, ladies and gentlemen.
Get you a quick look. Get you like $20 in the morning.
You know what
Pack
I mean?
it up and go. Now, I would say, who is your dream collab, dead or alive? Who's someone that you'll make music with, make content with, or any form? It could be a video, movie, music, whatever, clothes. Who is someone you would love to collab your name with theirs?
Wow. Oh man. My name with theirs.
Yup.
All right. First person who popped into my head is Pharrell.
Like that.
Like phenomenal. Like I'm like grinning so hard right now. But yeah, definitely Pharrell. I would definitely Uzi.
Okay.
Uzi collab with.
I could collab with Uzi.
I like a Uzi collab.
Hit a little shoulder.
Right. I I want to do a collab album with my boy Spooky.
Okay.
We definitely gonna work
Spooky NYC. I'm gonna add everybody. I'm tagging everybody. Spooky NYC. Now wait, is that something that you guys are in the works with right now, or that's just something that you will see yourself doing?
We've had conversations about it, you know, and honestly, if you check out my SoundCloud page, which is More Buckets for Us, we got some collabs on there already.
Bet.
I also got some collabs with a guy named Superfly Mitch. That's my bro. Like he makes incredible music, outstanding producer. I think I gotta link y'all up, definitely.
All right, yeah. So all I want in the world is good music and good content. Now, I know we just brushed over it like basketball. Now I do see you have a Kobe shirt on, right? So, and is Kobe one of your favorite players of all time? Are you?
Definitely.
Okay. And not to be on a sad note, do you remember the day that his death came out? Can you kind of describe that, if you will?
Yo, exactly. I think it was at 3:08 p.m. No, 2:08 p.m. I was standing in front of the halal cart on 145th, on Frederick Douglass Boulevard. I ordered chicken over rice, no onions. I'm allergic to onions, you know. Pita bread, you know. Get the good meal.
Good meal. That is a good meal. If y'all don't know about the halal carts, I definitely gotta check those out.
Underrated, bro. Underrated. My boy Spooky texted me straight up, Kobe died. Like, I didn't want to believe it, but like something in the pit of my stomach. I was like, I felt it. So I went on Twitter, and then I searched it in, and then I saw that TMZ posted it, but it wasn't like confirmed yet or whatever. But then I went back home, bro, and I was sick, bro. Like really, like
same. I remember I just came back from a trip with my fraternity. I was waiting in my car, and then someone texted me the same thing. Yo, Kobe just died, and I'm like, Kobe didn't. Like that would be like a news thing. Kobe like died. I think that would make the news. I would have like got alerts, and then I seen TMZ posted also. I'm like, oh, TMZ. They just looking for a story. I'm like, something could have happened, like an accident, but Kobe didn't die. No other news reports. Then, like you said, you probably got home like 10 minutes later. People are calling me like, yo, Kobe died. And I just sat in my car and looked like, damn, Kobe. Of all the people, Kobe. It wasn't just like that he died, but it's the way that TMZ said helicopter crash.
Yeah, it's like they just dropped it. Like really?
Yeah.
Like you think people are not gonna react to this? Like
exactly.
Or do you want people to react to
it? Yeah. I thought it was definitely one of those hoax things. Cause I'm like, a helicopter crash. That just sounds crazy. Like that just sounds out there. Now what Kobe in discussion? And who's the basketball GOAT? Who's the GOAT? Greatest of all time.
Of all time?
Yeah.
Bill Russell.
Bill Russell, you think Bill Russell is?
Come on, man. How many rings Bill Russell got?
11,
13?
13? Okay, 13.
13?
That's,
I mean,
it's a lot of people don't.
If we're talking about in terms of rings,
Oh,
Bill Russell, definitely
yeah.
greatest of all time.
I'm talking in terms of everything basketball. Who's the best basketball player? All in terms of everything.
Everything, like all around leadership, like dominance.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta give it to Mike
Okay.
because he played 13 seasons. Like, he left twice and came back. Like,
True. That's true. That's some cocky shit. That's how you know you're nice.
to play golf, and then he left to play baseball, and then came back. Like,
and won
and
championship. I always say I think after 2016, I had to give it to LeBron. Like after 2020, what he did in like 3-1, that was borderline ridiculous. I was like, I gotta give it to him. But also, people leave this person out of the discussion. What are your thoughts on Magic? Why people leave Magic out of the discussion of basketball? Magic did nothing but win the moment he got into the league.
I think because the way that people view the game sometimes, like they don't highlight passing enough anymore. You know what I mean?
True.
Now it's about scoring the ball. Like, somebody in the game can have like 12 assists, but if you see somebody else have like 30 points, you're gonna pay more attention to the person who had 30 points. You know?
Yeah.
Well, not knowing that he probably got the 30 points off the 12 assists.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So like credit doesn't really go to passing like that. Yeah, I play ball myself, and like I think one of my downfalls as a ball player is I'm a bit passive sometimes. Like I'm a tall dude. Like, yeah, I'm like 6'3". I'm 6'3", like 180. Like I pass the ball a little bit too much. You know what I mean?
6'6" sometimes in my head. But also, you're a Nets fan, right?
Oh yeah. Oh, see, I knew you were gonna bring. Yes. I went to this game. We lost this game, but it was hella current, yo.
And being from Jersey, you know what I'm saying? I'm an OG Nets fan, The Jersey back when the jerseys was gray, navy blue with the red.
2006 Nets. That's when I started playing basketball. Jason Kidd is my idol, bro.
Yep. Those are the times. Well, but currently I'm a Cavs fan right now, and I'm sad. I'm a sad Cavs fan. I just think we've just been blowing it.
We all out in the draft.
5. Yeah, got the 5th pick. I think we're gonna get. I said we're gonna draft Obi Toppin or that kid from Israel. The kid from Israel, because we're gonna make a dumb draft pick, in my opinion. I just have that feeling. So
I mean, y'all might trade. I mean, I just heard that Orlando trying to give up Aaron Gordon for a higher draft pick.
I don't want Aaron Gordon. Look, honestly, I said this. So, like, I think if LaMelo slips to 5, which I don't see happening, and we don't draft him, I think I might give up being a Cavs fan. I might have to go to like the Suns or something, because I like Dev. I like Dev. I don't know if he can aid us because we are a guard-heavy team, but that's something you can't pass. I think he's like a player you can't pass up. Like he's like one of those. I think he could be one of those once in a lifetime players. Like 6'8", he could shoot, he could dribble, he could pass. It's a lot about him that I'm just like, this guy is the man. He can do it.
Who would you compare him to?
Magic with a shot.
Magic with a shot.
Yeah, because he's a tall guard. Magic kind of has some dribble.
That's true.
Yeah, so I give it to Magic. Yeah, but aside from sports, what I'm getting a little tongue tied. I'm sorry. If you wasn't pursuing rap or pursuing music, and what would be some of your other endeavors in life?
Um, I'm really into education. Um, I really like working with youth development things. I like putting projects together. I really like working with my hands as well. I'm really into photography, like cinematography. I just dropped a visual video for one of my songs called "Run Deep" on Summer
Run
Fling
deep.
thing, and yeah, like I really just sat down and learned how to do it over the weekend, and I just like
That's
really
dope.
committed 16 hours
Was it
into
YouTube? Was YouTube your teacher or just trial and error?
YouTube with a mixture of trial and error.
YouTube is like better than school sometimes. I always say that. I've always said this. So now, and you said you like photography. You're the first person to ever show me. Correct me from Manhattan Hinge,
Yes,
like between the buildings, and I
yeah,
was just like, yo, that's like so dope. You're the first person to ever show me it. And
yeah.
if you still have the picture, I don't know if you remember the one you showed me. I definitely will plug it in. But
Mhm.
if you can Google it, it's beautiful. And it's like something
Yeah.
simple, but the sun meets right between the skyscraper.
No, it happens twice a year, in July and September. Like it's amazing.
Fire. And little in the picture, you just see everyone kind of stopped also in traffic. Like
Yeah.
everyone just
Like
stopped
people
and everyone was taking pictures.
in and out of the cars, like it's amazing.
Now, so you said you like working with children.
Actually,
Yep.
I learned that I think there's um, definitely I love working with children. I love working with the youth.
So,
Um,
so me and Derek actually met. Shout out to the Fresh Air Fund. It is a company in New York that supplies summer camps to children of New York. And that's how we met. What's your drive to work with children? Well, what kind of sparked that passion?
um, well, I think my current drive of working with children, like over time, it's changed. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like when I first got into it, it was more of me like taking a mentorship role or just like exploring to see if this was like something that I wanted to do. You know what I mean? Over time, like I naturally became like a mentor to a lot of people, and over time these people like inspired me. Like for me, like the youth inspire me because they're young, and I feel like the younger they are, like the more fearless they are. um Even having the opportunity to work with some like 5 year olds like recently, like the way they're so smart, like
Hmm.
they're really like little people. And I just like think back to the times where I was that age, and I was like, wow, like I think I was smart like that for my age too, you know. Um, but just being there, like seeing them develop over time. I guess I'm a really progressive person. Like
Okay.
I like seeing things progress over time.
Yeah, and you do see that like working at that camp because you did work with the younger kids, then you transitioned to working with some older kids. And kind of same as me in a sense, but at the same location. Seeing kids that when I first started working there grow up to be like 16, 17 years old, when I knew them when they were 9, and how they're complete like difference. And that is cool because I kind of developed a liking for working with children also from working at the camp. Now, what was your best, say, your best memory as a child? Like you say, you felt you were smart for your age. What was your best childhood memory?
Oh, okay. So right off top of the dome, immediately I'm thinking of this time I was in the first grade. My teacher asked me this question. It was a simple question, but nobody was getting it. And you know, like the 7 second rule, how teachers wait 7 seconds
Mm-hmm.
before they move on to a question. My teacher was standing there for like 45 seconds, like waiting for somebody to answer this question. And the whole time I knew the answer to the question, but I was like doubting myself. Like, damn, I don't know the answer to this question. Mind you, I think the question was, what do you what's something that you can capitalize like on a book cover or whatever? and I was like, the title of a book, and she just started jumping for joy. Yes, yes. Yo, that gassed me as a 6 year old. That gassed me up so much, bro. I was like, yo, I feel smart.
Hey, look at all y'all mugs. I got the answer. I knew it. I knew it.
Nah, but also, really quickly, like I I grew up fast, like definitely. Like I didn't like I grew up in New York City, like
Yeah.
summertime New York City in the '90s, bro. Oh my gosh, it's turned like every day. And this, I grew up in the time. I grew up before cell phone. Well, I grew up in a time where cell phones weren't really like popping, like
Yeah.
for my age. You know what I mean? Especially in that '90s era. Like I was like 6, 7 years old. My elementary school was like right across the street from my house. So like
Yeah, you didn't need a phone. Kids these days are getting phones like out of birth. They get a tablet like when they turn 1.
exactly like that little leapfrog tablet. Like
No, I didn't have that. I was reading books. I was pressing like these books that had voices in it, but it would die over time. They got like full-fledged technology that they can use. They can go on YouTube from a leapfrog tablet.
yo, did you ever have a Game Boy Color?
Yes, yes.
Mm.
And I remember a story. Back to my childhood memory. Me and my brother used to have the Game Boy SP, like the
Oh,
little
yo,
flip. So and we
what
used to,
color?
I had a gray, like a grayish, like the gray, almost like metal colorway. So,
Like
but
platinum.
yeah, so at night we'll play. The throw your cover over it. You're supposed to be in bed. And I remember I like listening. I used to play Mario a lot, so I like listening to them like the music. So I'll turn it just the little knob just a little bit, and every time like my aunt would come through, I'd be like boop 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 boop, like pump faking, like I'm playing it like I'm asleep. Like
Yo,
I don't think kids get that anymore. Like kids are full playing like Xboxes.
yeah, like playing Call of Duty on their phones and like
Yeah.
press play, bro.
Like
Yo,
we had to do things on the sneak. They like got flat screen TVs playing Xbox at 2 a.m.
yo,
Yeah.
it's up.
But oh,
Fortnite.
Fortnite, yeah. So like, do you play games? Like I play 2K, Madden, UFC. Like, do you play any like video games these days?
I do play 2K. I'm currently playing 2K21. That's in my rotation. Call of Duty, Modern Warfare. That's in my.
Are you Xbox or PlayStation?
I'm Xbox, sir.
Uh,
Like I'm thinking about transitioning. I think I'm gonna end up getting both gens.
yeah.
Well, I'm gonna get the Xbox first because I might as well continue grinding on the stuff I've already been grinding on. You
True.
know what?
True. Yeah, I'm a PlayStation. I had a 360
Mm.
for the longest, and then someone was like, "Yo, get a PlayStation 4," and I got it. I'm like, "All right, I like this a lot better than the Xbox." I don't know. I don't know why, but I liked it. I want to grow into like it a lot better. But yeah.
I was actually brought up like PlayStation. Like I had a
Mm,
PlayStation 2. I used to watch my
yeah,
uncle play PlayStation 1 like
I had a
every.
PlayStation 1.
He would never let me play, bro. The
For
one time
real?
he played Dragon Ball Z, he murdered me, bro.
Budokai Taihenchi 3?
Yup. Yep.
Y'all don't know what that is. Y'all need to get in tune with. That's probably one of the greatest Dragon Ball Z games ever created.
Like,
Like ever. But say that aside, these are crazy questions. Not crazy, but some crazy, like thoughtful questions. I think you kind of answered this, but what was the moment that you fell in love with music?
um,
Not even making music, but music, like, because for a long time for myself, I didn't listen to music. Like, I listened to songs, but it wasn't something that oh, I want to listen to music and get through my day. If music played, I listened to it, but I wasn't going out my way to listen to new music, to listen to artists. It just came. What was like that moment for you that you was like, yo, music is like it?
I guess when I was a teenager, me and my cousins like made like this little music group because that was the time um, like a lot of music groups was popping. Like Dipset was like had their thing, like G-Unit had their thing, like D Block had their thing.
Yeah.
And it was like a New York thing.
Damn,
Like
D Block. I haven't heard.
exactly, right? Like exactly, like but everybody was just like going hard, like, and we just was outside like so much and just hearing so much music, like it kind of some parts like just stuck with us in a way, you know what I mean? And over time, like as we became like more intrigued by it, we branch out to other artists. Now we just like sponges. Like I listen to anything, like not even just hip hop, like literally
True.
almost anything.
And that's what I was gonna say. Like New York is so diverse. New York, you probably got every walk of life in a block radius. Like it could be like that, and that's a lot of influence to pull from. Like, one of my favorite movies of all time is Do the Right Thing. And
Ooh.
that kind of like in company, like literally how he would just walk around the block. You had your Spanish section, you had your blacks, you had the kids, and everyone was mingling. But you also had the differences, like that scene, like when they kind of did like they zoom in and they kind of it was racist, but it was like that, like you know what I mean. If y'all haven't seen Do the Right Thing, y'all need to go check that out. Like Spike Lee went off.
Yo, he did his thing on that for real.
But yeah, and where I say like in Jersey, like kind of you live in your neighborhood is predominantly whatever, like black or white. It's not really that mixed. So like that's why I kind of felt that love of music late. And it was like around in high school when I was just like, oh snap, music is great. Music got emotion. Music can help me with my emotions and my feelings. But so now on to what is your score? What is the last song? You know, it's sometimes, you know, you don't want to think about the last thing you ever would do. What is the last song, if you had to choose a song that you would listen to? What's your score? What's your going out song?
Oh, my going out song? Ooh. That's an interesting. All right, so I actually thought about this before a couple of years ago. The last time I thought about this, it was a song by Denzel Curry called On Sight. I think it was on his I think the name of his album was called Zenith.
Okay.
But it was just like such a well put together song. Like it has that portion of like lyricism, but it's also melodic in a sense with the beat. I was like, yo, this is something I can like.
That's the score. That's your Tony Montana moment.
Definitely.
I would say mine's is Sing a Song About Me. By Kendrick. Well, because it like invokes that feeling too, like, but when I first heard that song, it's 14 minutes long also. Like the whole song. When I first heard it, I was like, damn, this is like, I can see myself going out to this. Like this could play at the end of my movie.
Yeah.
But so Denzel Curry. Now, are you a Denzel Curry fan, or that was just like a song?
I think that was just a song, to be honest. Like I do think he's a talented artist, like definitely. But I don't really listen to like a lot of rap all the time. You know what I mean?
I've been kind of off the rap path also. I've been listening to a lot of R&B, a lot of soul, some pop, a lot of funk. Yeah, I'm kind of getting into a little bit more funk. But I'm not the biggest fan of Denzel Curry, but Denzel Curry came in a time of music where like 2016.
Yeah.
Like to me, his freshman Triple XL.
Yeah.
Fire. Like all like that whole group, him, Kodak, Uzi, 21.
Ugly God.
Like to me when they came out, I was like, this could be the next this is a good forefront of music in a sense.
Yeah, it was so diverse. Like, was Cardi a part of that class too?
No, Cardi, no, Playboy Cardi came in like a year after that. In that class, it was Uzi, Kodak, Denzel, 21, Dave East, Lil Dicky, Designer,
Okay,
like
okay.
that those. But I thought that was like a good year. I was just like, look at these guys. It was genuine because I think every freestyle I hear nowadays is a written.
Yeah,
No one's really coming on this freestyle, but you could just tell that was all vibe. Like, all right, let's get on it, and we all gonna spit. And Denzel Curry had one of the hardest verses, in my opinion, from like that freestyle.
yeah,
And then he also had Ultimate. Ultimate like went crazy.
yeah. That was a good song, definitely.
Like that was like his booming hit. Now, this is also a thought jerker. What was the first song that you can remember listening to?
Oh, wow. The first song like ever.
I know. Well, it don't have to be ever because that's probably like a nursery rhyme or something like that. But what's the
Oh,
first song like you remember? Like, hi.
hmm. I want to say it was probably something like at a cookout, at a family barbecue. Like I want to say,
So what type of music do you listen to at a New York barbecue? Because I know like I don't know if you ever heard of like Jersey House and Jersey Club.
mhm.
So we got like our kind of house music where it stems from like South Africa and stuff like that. What do you listen to at a New York barbecue?
At a New York barbecue. Well, I think currently like you would find some drill, some like Brooklyn drill in
Mm-hmm.
there, with the younger generation. But I guess it depends because like New York is such diverse, and
Diverse.
like,
Yeah.
the generations kind of sticking together. You know what I mean? So like you can be in a park and there'll be a younger generation and the older generation. The younger generation is playing like Brooklyn drill, like Pop Smoke or like Chef G or like
Yeah.
whoever. While the older generation, like they might be playing like some Mary J. Blige or like some Jada. So like you know what I mean? Like
now,
I've seen it happen too. It's crazy.
now, do you find yourself? How old are you?
I'm 28.
So 20. Oh, so you're like late 20. Do you find yourself in like that middle section? Like you're not so young, but you're not old. You're like in the middle of. You're
Yo,
like in the middle of a mesh.
when J. Cole dropped Middle Child, bro, I was like, hello, I've been saying this my whole life.
You're like in that limbo situation.
Like, come on. Like,
That's so true. Yeah, I feel as though like I'm 22, so it's like early 20s, but I still feel as though I'm in like that middle gray area. I can't consider myself a youngin, but I'm not an old head either just yet.
the I think the craziest part about the dynamic is I'm an actual middle child. Like I'm the middle
Oh,
child and like the middle cousin of the family at the same time. It's aligned like Manhattan Hinge, bro. Like
but that's a shoot. That's a beautiful like. Once again, Manhattan Hinge is beautiful. Y'all get a chance to look it up. But that is a good analogy because I'm the youngest. I'm the youngest brother. I'm not the youngest cousin or anything like that, but I'm one of the younger cousins.
mhm.
Um, but for me, it is. I'm being in this gray area is kind of cool though, because
Yeah.
I like because you can fit in both crowds and tap in here and tap in there,
Mhm.
but I kind of want to find my place. Like I want a good group of cousins or family members my age, and we can rock out and do stuff
Yeah.
that we want to do.
Yeah, definitely. And I think being like coming from a middle child perspective, like the middle child works hard, like they work the hardest,
Hmm.
but they're also the most understanding, you know what I mean? Like because you gotta kind of cater to both sides. I've always known that the older child like tend to be the bossier ones and the youngest kind of get away with everything. But the middle child is just like
You're the compromise.
Yeah, the glue. Exactly.
You're the glue. You kind of hold it together. Like, hey, stop. You know what? Let's bring it in. Let's do this X, Y, Z.
Yeah.
Nah, but definitely. So, Derek, where can we find your music at?
You can find my music on Spotify right now, under the name Philip Buckets. You can also find my music on my Instagram page, Philip Buckets, as well.
I'm gonna
And
link everything in the comments and the bio below.
oh, perfect. And you can also find my music on SoundCloud, More Buckets for Us.
Bet. So yeah, we're gonna wrap it up. It was always great talking to you. I haven't seen you in almost like a year and some change. Like we haven't really seen. We like spoke like every now and then.
I still
But
got the t-shirts, bro.
oh my gosh, I completely forgot about. I don't need to know about the t-shirts, but I completely forgot about those. That's so. But no, but it's always great talking with you. I definitely like picking your brain, and we're gonna definitely do this again. I'm gonna pick your brain some more. We're gonna get a little more crazy, you know. I want to be a little tamed, but I like to use my platform that I do have to support people, friends that I want to see also succeed. So, and you're one of those people. I want you to know that I think you're talented. You're a great person, and I think the world should definitely know more about you.
Thank you. That means so much, like coming from you, because like honestly, within a short amount of time that we have known each other, I feel like we grew so close, bro.
Definitely.
And like, it was definitely an inspiring time. I'll never forget Augustin sitting there when he was recording that track.
Like guys, when we tell you, like, we literally were like, we had to do a job, so we working, but we had to wait till like people came in from days off and stuff. But we would sit in our office and just record 3 a.m, just make sure we got it right and record. Good vibes. And like you said, we fully really known each other like a summer.
Yeah.
And then we forge a good bond. But I like that. It was a good bond, but definitely we have some stuff. You know, I send you some beats. You know, I can send you some tracks that I'm trying to finish up that I think you'll be great on. But once again, I'm your host as always, Teddy D. You see the D on the hat, and that's no cap. And my esteemed guest once again, Mr. Derrick Sun.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Mr. Philip Buckets.
In the flesh. Thank you for having me. Thank you everyone for tuning in.
No problem. Give us a deuce. All right. Yeah, Derek, I'm gonna catch you later. I'm gonna hit you up. Good vibes.
When I close my eyes,